in episode 13 on Tuesday, we talked about how good it is for the National Hockey League to have the celebrity of Ryan Reynolds interested, at least in part, purchasing the Ottawa Senators. If I'm a fringe hockey fan, I'm drawn to what I just saw from Trevor Zegras, right? I mean, this kid is just loaded with personality. He's not afraid to try anything out there. And then if I'm a fringe fan, I'm like, well, wait, it doesn't count. Like, and I get it. Offside is offside. The rule is the rule. But you and I have talked about this before. I need to find out what the time disparity was between the puck entering the zone offside and then the Zegras goal. It was probably pretty close, but it feels like there's a tweak that needs to happen here. Would you agree? And here's another NHL exec threw this at me this morning, and I wanted to I want your opinion on this. If the defending team concedes the blue line, so the defense are either not there, not challenging, right? And the offensive player is able to, the players are able to gain the zone without any sort of pushback, you concede your right to challenge. Now,
tell your executive.
Yeah.
Terrible idea. Terrible idea.
Why is that? Why?
So when you come to your house, okay, assuming you're not parked in the garage, but you come up to the front door. Do you walk 6 laps around the house before you walk in? No, you walk straight in, right? Yeah. That's easy to tell. Can you imagine in that scenario, did they really concede or did they just sort of back off? Did they, what about the other side? They weren't conceding, like the offside, they weren't conceding. I'll tell you why I hate this rule as it's constructed times 100. I cannot stand it. I can't stand when analysts on TV say, well, you got to get the call right. They get every call right. Bullshit, because they don't. What happens if you have a 3-on-2 and the linesman calls it offside? And then you take a look at it and you go, oh my gosh, that wasn't offside. Do they get the 3-on-2 back? No. So it's garbage to say they get every call right, because they don't. Yeah. It's just too fast and too hard. So let's say that they're going to keep the review. Okay, they say, yeah, we got to get most of the calls right, and by and large, it is most by and large. So play goes in, ends up in the net. If the puck ends up in the net, there should be easily discernible rule about when you can and cannot challenge. So is it from the second the puck goes in, if the puck goes in within 5 seconds, you can challenge, or 10 seconds, whatever it is. If it's past that, everybody's got enough time to get back in and get set up. And then you're just playing defense. And then you can't challenge anymore. I remember one of the first challenges that we had whatever year that rule went in. Puck goes in, there's a challenge, and I'm doing the game with Gordon, and I'm saying to the producer, what could they possibly be challenging for? Like, it was just a shot, and it went in. There was no goalie interference. And then the producer, Chris Edwards, says in my ear, they're challenging for offside. I'm like, offside? They were like in the zone for 25 seconds. Yeah. Like I couldn't even remember how they got into the zone. So I think that's the tweak of the rule. As far as the goal, yes, as far as the goal, just brilliant. I was actually riding the bike when the goal went in, and I yelled when it went in. It was awesome. It's different than the regular lacrosse Michigan goal where the guy's standing behind the net. To do it while he's moving, and TNT actually had a great piece of footage. He did it. He was doing it in warm up. Yeah, like the same play, and you're like, oh my God, that's just that kid's skill is part of what the game is going to open up to. And it's a great thing.
Hey, thanks for tuning into our YouTube channel. And while you're here, why don't you do us a solid? Hit like and subscribe.
Yeah, you'll get access to all the latest uploads. You can stay updated on the latest news and interviews from the Ray and Dregs Hockey Podcast.
It only takes a couple of seconds. And from what I'm told, it helps with our algorithm thingamajig. Anyway, we appreciate the support.